Hello and welcome to the Intermediate Programming with Scratch course. These 10 lessons are going to go through some of the more advanced Scratch functions. Now this does assume you're very familiar, relatively familiar with the Scratch interface. It is best followed by having first done the 15 lessons beginning Scratch and game programming class. So if you've done that, you're set. What we're really going to try to focus on here are variables. We're going to focus on some of these things that are called reporter blocks. You'll see one here. There's a timer. There's a loudness. We're going to use the loudness block. But you see these round things. Here's a mouse X and a mouse Y answer. There's several reporter blocks, or a bunch. Anything that's round. Let's see, if there's any in motion. There's see X position, Y position, direction. There's some in looks with the costume. So they're all through here. There's volume. So we've got a lot of reporter blocks, and we're going to use some of them. Those are internal little variables. Now, one thing you need to kind of remember that the modularity of Scratch. So we're going to make some decisions later on in some of our other lessons, and remember, if we want to take something times something, remember we can, let's just say we're going to turn 10 degrees. See how that pops in there? Now I could say 2 times 5 is the same as 10 degrees. I could also, if I wanted to make a decision based on one of these reporter blocks, say I wanted to make a decision on the loudness in terms of how fast it spins or doesn't spin. Let's find my loudness. See how I can just drag that over here and take that times 2. So now this is going to spin. It's going to spin depending on how loud I am. So he's not going yet. Oh. So you see that? That's kind of neat, isn't it? So as I speak, he's going to spin. So what it's doing is it's this loudness plugged in here gave us that. Notice how this one's always facing my pointer. It's kind of neat too. So remember, with these the modularity of Scratch and these blocks, that's kind of how we'll create some of our own little functions. These things just snap right in, and you remember that. So now that we have that under control, we're also going to do a lot of mouse functions. So you'll notice here in sensing, we can go to our mouse X and mouse Y, and that's how we're doing this. How this is always pointing, the sprite here, how it's always pointing at me. See how point towards mouse pointer there? And also go to mouse Y and X. So if I click, it's going to go to wherever my mouse is. So let's do this and just show it. Oop, there I clicked. He followed me. He went right over there. There he is again. All right. So that's how that works. You notice this little guy here spinning because I'm talking. So he's spinning like crazy. When I get quiet, he stops. You notice that? So we're going to kind of tinker with these with our little interactive art. We're going to do some much more advanced things. We're going to have some buttons down here, and you're going to create something kind of cool. I think you'll like it.